We're doing a lot more Glulam projects now, some of which is just flat commodity that we're sending to the marketplace, but it really has everything to do with the fiber supply. What does that mean? That means the lumber we get, we're getting that lumber from timber that is here in the local region. The thing that sets that apart is that we're getting wood from restoration projects and other really responsibly managed forest lands. We have a 4-season temperate climate, so we've got snow in the mountains in the wintertime, we've got a rainy spring, hot, dry summertime, and then a dry, cool to wet fall into winter. What that does is it causes the trees to shut off part of the year and not grow like if they were in the more temperate climates of the West Coast. That would be in Washington, the coast of British Columbia, down to Oregon and down into California. They get a lot more rain and they have a longer growing season. But it's not the same here. And so when we grow our trees, they're a lot slower growing, but there's a lot more of them. Typically our forests are more well spaced. Over the last 40 or 50 years, we've done a lot of fire suppression, putting out wildfires, while at the same time we haven't been managing these forests at that same level that the fires were thinning the forest out, if you were, by burning in a more low intensity manner. And because of those two things happening simultaneously, we've got a lot of small trees that are actually older trees, 40, 60, 100 years old, and they're only as big as a dinner plate or smaller. The good side of that is that the growth rings are really tight. The wood's very strong, it's very dense, it makes wonderful Glulam and CLT. When we get that wood cut next door at Vaagen Brothers and they dry it down to inside 15%, and even try to get down to 12%. We get a really stable piece of wood, but we're also getting a thickness that allows us to make that a really clean square edge piece before we glue it up. And we've been doing a lot of work to get that wood specialty cut next door, the right size and the right specification to make this Glulam, and we've been getting a lot of really positive feedback from the marketplace. And then we've gone out, we have capacity to make more CLT and Glulam is a commodity in many places, and so people buy Glulam at their local lumber yard or a package through a house. So there's a lot of Glulam that goes into wholesale distribution. And so we've been going through that market to try to maximize our capacity and fulfill that. We're really excited. You can kind of rattle this stuff off. I really enjoy what we're doing here. We're supporting forest restoration, forest health out there in these forest stands that would otherwise be at risk for wildfire. And we're creating incredibly beautiful, eco-friendly building products.